And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing 7 Days to Die. We are on day 25. Just a few more days until the next big horde, which I'm going to assume is going to be pretty brutal. But we've already got our steel spikes all ready to go on the inside lane here. So that is progress, although I want to get as much of this outside spikeage done as possible for the next horde, because you just never know which direction they're going to come from. I mean, it would be awesome if they came from a direction that was done, but I'm finding more and more that the direction is really kind of random. In my last world, they favored this side of the base, and not sure what to do about that. So before the evening closed out yesterday, I did some digging to prepare to start collapsing this ground. I want to get this phase done, so it's ends there, and I want to get it out and around to this flat area, because this is, you know, a lot easier to do, because it's just one layer of dirt, and then it starts going to go into that mountain right there, and that's a little trickier because our mine is very close to right underneath that. So we've got to be careful about collapsing that, because I've found that sometimes when you collapse and you've got like a mine underneath, the dirt will actually fall all the way through and collect in the mine. So I don't know if that's been fixed. It's been a while. So as you can see over here, I've counted out exactly how far out we got to go, and I dug some channels through here. So this is marking where the spike row is, and then this outside one marks where the final lane or the final skirting goes around, and I've got it dug all the way around to the other side. Now, the stability of dirt is not such that you want to dig a huge cavern under it, because it is pretty unstable. 4 wide, which is this, is pretty much the limit as far as I've seen. Any more than that and you're running the risk of a total collapse, which in this case is what we want. So let me see if I can find a way to trigger the collapse and at least give me this little middle island. That's all that's left. So I've just got to find the sweet spot in what's holding all of this up, and once it starts collapsing, it should go pretty well. So that's not gonna give way. So let me start digging under here. I've found that 4 wide, if you do 4, so 1 2 3 4, if you do 4 wide and then 4 deep, it should start collapsing. And 4 deep is kind of tricky because it is hard to get to with the shovel sometimes. Sometimes the shovel does some weird, like that right there. It does weird, quirky things that you don't want. So it's kind of tough sometimes. Oh, there it goes again. So there was 4 by 4 and it collapsed. So that's what we want to see. And now it drops these little dirt fragments. Kind of hard to see, but it goes a little bit faster. So let me clear this up here. I want a little bit of dirt just to make some sod and some other stuff. I'm making a bunch of forest ground here for this little area in here. And granted, when you place the forest ground, it looks like dirt at first, but then it grows the grass, and then it grows the grass up on top. And so you got to come back with a weed cleaver or whatever you use to clear out the grass on top. And then once it's clear, it's good to go. So we are going to do another 4 wide area here and see if we can't get this whole thing to come down. Let me do a little trick here and see if I can't do this one and then that one. Oh, it's holding up. It looks like it's really holding up here. So let's try. There it goes. Now, does it go all the way back? No, it doesn't. It's being stubborn. Maybe they adjusted how stable it is, because normally that would have collapsed all the way through all of my tunnels. But it seems like now it doesn't. So you're basically taking, however, 5, 6, upwards, all those blocks and kind of compressing them down into just a smattering of blocks on the ground that you then have to go back and clean up. Now, if I had an auger, this whole hill would be taken down in about, 20 minutes. I can chew through stuff with an auger. I actually modded the auger so it doesn't have that recoil effect, because it was basically making me sick to my stomach when I would use it. So I changed the XML so it doesn't have the kickback, and I changed it so it has a damage bonus to dirt, because even a level 600 auger was taking 2 shots to take out dirt, and I can do dirt in 1 shot with my shovel. So I modded it so it does a bonus damage to dirt, which allows it to clear it out in 1 shot, which is an auger. It's supposed to dig fast. And this is not collapsing again. And my shovel shenanigans. I'm gonna take out a layer here and see if I can't trigger. Now, also be aware, you don't want to be standing under. You don't want to be underneath. Okay, let's get out of here. You don't want to be underneath a collapsing thing, because it will damage or even kill you as stuff falls on your head. So you can see that whole thing coming down, and it looks like it's doing a pretty good job of it back in here. Oh, it looks like it's going through. Okay, good. Keep on going. Let those dominoes fall. And it stopped. Boy, I cleared out quite a bit, didn't it? Got a little bit left in here. A lot of these little stragglers here. Not sure why it stopped when it did. And let the rest of those go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're making progress. This little block here will be pretty easy to come down. Oh, this whole thing didn't collapse, unfortunately. But ooh, look at that. That's an interesting. Oh, really? We had a wandering horde coming through. That's what we've got. It's not a screamer, it's a wandering horde. It's a daytime horde. Well, hello. Two big fat guys. Whoa, look at them all. Wow, this is a big horde. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Getting some experience now. Yeah, zombies give you a little bit more experience than what they really should. I mean, it's good that they give you experience now, but boy, do they give you a lot of experience. This guy is just lost up here. Yeah, it might be a sniper rifle situation. Oh, I think he died. Oh, no. Now he's dead. Gotta be careful doing too much sniping because that'll spawn a screamer. All the gunfire will spawn a screamer. And ruin my day. Large beef ration I don't need. Rather not. Look at all the bodies up here. Oh, I'll take the leather and the plastic. This is a pretty big horde for just being, you know, bright and early in the morning. They must have gotten an early rise to their day. Nerdy specs. Oh, there's even more. How many more of these are there? Anybody else? Any latecomers? Okay. Back to what we were doing, which is trying to figure out how to cut this hill down here. Okay, where's my axe? I use my quick axe for sort of zombie cleanup because it's a little bit faster. Don't want these bodies lingering too long. Plus, I could use the rotten flesh for fertilizer. Oh, this guy's nothing really special. And nothing special. Oh, there's a nurse way over there. There we go. Good to go. Oh, I hear more. Is there somebody stuck back here? I don't think so. I wonder who is making that noise. Antibiotics, I'll definitely take some of those. Although I can make them pretty easily now. Moldy bread and nitrate. Yeah, I don't know where that moaning is coming from. Oh, there he is. There he goes. Take him out. There we go. Good as new. It's got a few things on me now. Gotta be careful. So yeah, this collapsing this amount of dirt, it can pile up. But imagine having to shovel through, what is that, 8 or 9 blocks of dirt? Whereas here I'm only having to shovel through maybe 2.5. It's kind of sparse on top. So it goes a lot faster when you collapse it down. This is why most people do it that way. If I had an auger, it would even go faster because I would just dig my way through this so fast. But I don't think I have the auger blade yet, and I know I have some parts, but I don't know if I've read the schematic or not. It's hard to keep track of all the different schematics that you can get in the game. But yeah, we've making some progress here on our collapsing. It's good times. This is the bulk of the work on this base. I mean, if you decided to build in a flat area where there's nothing around, it would go way faster. I didn't, just because I like this location. It's much more centrally located. It's by some water. It's right by the bookstore and close to the hardware store. And it's really close to a trader. So it's a really good spot. And plus I like the process of building. I mean, it's kind of therapeutic to go through and change the landscape and build something up, and it's kind of relaxing for me is getting through all of this stuff. So I like the building process, which is probably why these games, which is why I enjoy these games so much, is just digging for resources, building up a structure, getting some defenses going. For me, it's the best form of creativity. Kind of express yourself in how you design and what you do. But it can be a little tedious, especially if you don't have the tools that you really want. I mean, if I had an auger, I would have chewed through this in 2 minutes. But augers can attract screamers, so you've got to kind of be prepared to defend yourself and keep an ear out for the screamer sounds, because they can sneak up on you. Yeah, this is just a lot of digging. I've got some forest ground that I can put down and get that starting to spread. I don't think I brought my weed cleaver with me, but yeah, the forest ground will go out here. We already got this all set up and ready to go. So probably need to make some more forest ground. I only got 580 forest ground, and I think there's probably more than that in here. We'll see how much I need. But I can place all that stuff off camera. I just wanted to get a good episode of some of the landscaping work that I do. Most of the time I do these things in between episodes, which is why there's time jumps in between episodes. A day or so is missed just because I'm doing a lot of sort of busy work like this, digging this up. This is a lot of dirt that this thing collapsed. Holy cow. Okay. It's a good solid day of digging, and this whole thing will be down. Then probably another day of laying down rebar and finishing off the concrete, which now that I have a nail gun will be super fast. The rebar to concrete system is so much faster with a nail gun. It's well worth finding a nail gun before you do a whole lot of digging or a whole lot of concrete work. So yeah, all those nail gun parts I put together, merged in, and here's the quality of nail gun that I've got now. It's pretty good. Not complaining a bit. It's just a matter of finding an auger now. That is the big thing. I might have to go back up to the snow biome and kill a few of those snow zombies to get a chance to get an auger. Most of the time they only have chainsaws on them or chainsaw parts, but sometimes you can get lucky and get an auger. So that's definitely what I want to try to do. Yeah, we got a serious amount of dirt caved through here. That looks a lot like stone, that new texture. The new dirt texture looks a lot like stone. This looks like dirt to me. That's dirt, that's stone. But again, I'm not the artist. I don't know where he sourced his textures you know, textures from, but I know they do their own textures. I just don't know if he had a reference image, what he was using to get the look and feel and colorization of the textures. There we go. Finishing up the main amount of collapsed dirt that I wanted to show. And it's just a little bit more in here is all we're going to need. As soon as I clear this in here, let me do this really quick. So there's 4. Well, we can do 5. See where it goes. At what point it collapses. It might collapse at 3, so let me skip that middle one. Yep. And that might take the rest of these down. I hope. Yeah, there they go. And the rest of this line goes down, and we've just got some weird spikies left over. It's never done that before. That's kind of interesting. I don't have to worry about that side, I guess. That's all gonna come down anyway. There we go. The channels that I wanted to collapse are now done. And the rest I'll do off camera. And I would take that deer out, but I don't really need any of its resources right now. So that'll do it for this episode. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.